Is everybody's asking me about our football team this year and why this year have you finally gotten over the hump? You know, we've been close, we've pushed, we're trying to get Florida State back to national prominence and get back to that national championship game. And as I think about it, I think there's two qualities of our football team that are very unique, and I think they're key to all great football teams. I think one, it's a very unselfish football team. We have a saying at Florida State: play don't care who makes it. The play's out there, anybody can make it. There's no age limit on it. You can be a freshman, you can be a sophomore, you can be a junior, you can be a senior. You don't have to be a starter. You can be on special teams. You can do anything you want to do. There's plays out there to be made. This team exemplifies that. It's extremely unselfish. I say every day I love to go to practice. This team loves to be coached. It loves to be pushed. It loves to be challenged. It loves to be rewarded, but at the same time, they're always saying, Coach, what else can we do? What else can happen? And the other thing is extremely confident. It believes in itself. And I think, to me, confidence is the most powerful word when you get to athletics. When you become truly confident in yourself, I think all things are achievable. I think some guys, we have false confidence. We want to have confidence, but I think there's a point, and all the players up here can say, as a coach, I think you have to have it. I think there's a point you looked at one day and said, I can do this. I've got this. The game, as they say, the game slows down, whatever it may be, whatever that term is, but I think it comes with confidence. And as I sit and think about the young man standing behind me, I think those are two of his greatest qualities. He's unbelievably competitive. I say this all the time. He's unbelievably intelligent. I don't know if I've ever been around a guy who can grasp the amount of information, process it, and put it out there and apply it like he does. I think that's one of the keys of why he's having so much success at an early age. He's able to grasp what we do. But his unselfishness. The young man behind me, he's getting the greatest award in college football right here, the Heisman Trophy. He didn't try to win the Heisman Trophy. He tried to win games at Florida State. He tried to lead his team at Florida State. The Heisman just came with him. And I think he's the greatest example of why that's happened. And then at the same time, he's unbelievably confident. He loves to be coached hard, he loves to be challenged, he loves everything about the game. And I think that's the other reason. He's not worried about the results. He loves the process. He loves everything. A lot of guys like to play football, and they like to get the rewards, they like the good things that happen. Other guys love football. They love everything about it. They love to work, they love to lift, they love to watch tape. He understands the whys of the game, but he's extremely confident. No matter if he's had a good day or a bad day, his confidence never wavers. And to me, as funny as I say that about him, it's exactly what our football team is. When your leader and your quarterback exemplify those things, it's amazing the personality your team takes on. I think that's one of the huge reasons we're able to overcome that hurdle and hump, as they say, to get to that championship game and do the things you have to do. And I'll give you a couple of stories. And as I was looking as a freshman, he was redshirted. And I say this about him: he never waited. If people say, you're a redshirt freshman, it's going to be your turn, you're waiting to play. He never waited to play. He did something I thought was more important. He prepared to play. During that off season, and while he was redshirted, he was in E.J. Mandel, our first-round draft pick for the Buffalo Bills, doing very well. He's one of the great quarterbacks in Florida State history. E.J. took him under his wing, and he followed E.J.'s shadow. When E.J. watched film, he watched film. E.J. showed him what to look at. E.J. showed him this. E.J. showed him that. And he spent every day watching everything E.J. did. He would stand by me in practice when we would go against the defense. Say, why did he do that? Why did he do that? Coach, why is he getting his head down? He should never have his head down. He should always have confidence. And I remember this one day. It was a tough day. E.J. we had a very good defense last year. One of the best defenses in college football. And in practice one day, E.J. threw 3 or 4 picks. And, he got his head down. He was down on himself, kind of. And E.J. he never blamed his teammates. And Jameis saw that he was down, and I heard him. He walked over, never knew I heard him. He walked over to him and he said, "Man, don't you ever let them see you get your head down." He said, "You keep your head up." He said, "You're a great player. You'll get the next throw." I'm thinking to myself, that's real easy for you as a freshman. You weren't out there on the field. You're out there doing that. And I thought to myself, we'll see when that happens, if you can do that. Well, this spring, we were in practice. He threw 4 picks in practice. He threw 4 picks. And I was pushing him, I was challenging him, I put the other guy in, took him out, set him over, said, go think about it. You want to play our way? You want to do your things? Do this. Put him in the game, took him out. And the practice went on, and at the end of the practice, I actually called practice off that day, about 10 minutes early. I said, we're not practicing up to our standards. It was toward the end of spring, guys were feeling sorry for themselves, seeing the end of the road, and I said, practice is over. You guys don't want to practice till you said you wanted to be elite. You don't want that practice level there? I'm done. Call it up, blow it up, we're done. They're all saying, Coach, I said, if you don't want to practice at our level, I'm not wasting my time. I walked off, we blew it up, blew it off. As I was walking out, I saw a young man standing by the gate off the practice field, and every guy that walked by, he was shaking his hand and said, hey, I had a bad practice. That was my fault today. We're not going to let this happen again tomorrow. When we practice tomorrow, we're going to practice great. It was a freshman. He was battling for a job, but instead of feeling sorry for himself about what he had done, he went over and was picking the team up. And I remember that same story from fall, when I said, I wonder how he'll handle his first adversity. He handled it. He did it. And then he brought an air to us of confidence that I think is never wavering, because he never, ever, ever thinks he loses. He always has that mindset he's going to push, he's going to go on. He and I have battles. I love it. I coach him hard. He comes back, Coach, I see this, I see that. He challenges me, which I love. Because when you're out there in a game, there's 90,000 people yelling at you, and you're the leader, they're looking at you, and things aren't going well. You got to have a backbone. He's got one. But he has that supreme confidence. And our team carries those two qualities. Because one is he's unbelievably grateful for his teammates. He loves his teammates. It's about winning. It's about competition. But at the same time, he never wavers in his confidence. And I think our team knows when they have him with them, anything can be achieved. And the other thing he did, where he had to learn as a quarterback, it's hard sometimes, especially when you come in with as high as he won the Elite 11. He was the #1 guy. In our time today, our young people feel entitled. There's entitlement. I'm entitled to this. I'm entitled to that. Well, he didn't. Most guys don't want to go play scout team now. That's a hard thing now. When you recruit those high-profile guys now, they don't believe in going over on scout team and getting beat around, knocked around, and beat up. He said, Coach, I want to go be on the scout team. I want to help us get better. And what he did last year when he was preparing to play, went over on our defense. And I remember Coach Stoops would come back to me and say, Coach, we're going to struggle this week. We can't cover. I said, why? He said, James just Stoops about 400 yards and hit about 95% of his passes against our #1 defense. Our defensive linemen are knocking him on the ground. They're hitting. They're getting mad because they're getting yelled at. You know how that goes. Everybody knows how that goes. He's getting pounded. He went over every day. And what he did, everybody said, why is he the leader of your team right now? He didn't do it this year. He did it last year. Why he was there and what he was about. He said, this guy can have he brought in all the awards, everything he got. He wants us to be good. He wants to be one of us. And as a leader, to me, he never put himself above them. He was one of them. Whatever you do, it exemplifies in how he played this year. We had a reverse. One of our backs against Syracuse broke it down the sideline. Fastest kid in college football. Ran a 10-1, 900 meters. No receiver broke a reverse and come back. He carried his fake out on the other side of the field. He saw it. Got cut back across the field. He sprinted 35 yards down the field, cut the corner, guy scored. Last week we're playing in the ACC championship game. We run a counter play to the left. He carried his fake out to the right. The ball, they played it, they slanted. The counter bounced back to the right. This knucklehead goes flying in there and hits a linebacker right dead in the mouth. Knocks him backwards. Back makes a 4-yard run. I called him aside. I said, what do you do? You're going to get hurt. But at the same time, in the back of my mind, that's why they play for him. That's why he's who he is. He's on this stage not because of his individual accomplishments, but because of his team accomplishments. And he thinks team more than anything else. And that's the reason why I think we've gotten over this hump. And the reason our guys play so hard for him, because he's one of them. He exemplifies to me what's right about college sports and how you should play the game. We're very blessed to have him. And as I said, we got a lot more to accomplish. We got one more game in Pasadena, and I know that. Tomorrow, I'm going to say this. Tomorrow, this is over with. We're back to ball. All this is over with. Let's promise you that right now. We're fine tomorrow. So enjoy this tonight. We'll be back on tomorrow. We got plenty of time. I'm very honored to coach him. We've been very blessed, and hopefully we'll be able to finish this season off. But he's been a huge part because of his unselfishness. Thank you.